Leg cramps after 60 are not random. They're not just part of getting older. And if you've been eating a banana every day hoping that would finally make them stop, and you're still waking up at 3 in the morning with your calf locked in a knot, I need you to hear what I'm about to say. Because the real reason those cramps keep coming back has almost nothing to do with bananas. It has to do with something happening inside your cells right now that most doctors never explain. And today, I'm going to show you the 3 specific foods that actually fix it. Not by guessing, but by targeting the exact mineral failure that causes night cramps after 60. But first, something most seniors get completely wrong. The number 1 piece of advice you'll hear for leg cramps is, eat more bananas, more potassium, simple. Except it's not simple, and the data proves it. A study published in BMC Family Practice, 25 general practices, over 500 patients aged 60 and older, found that 46% of them suffered from cramps. Nearly 1 in 3 were being woken up at night. And here's the part that should bother you. Most of those people were already eating enough potassium. The banana wasn't the problem. The problem was what their bodies were doing with the potassium after they ate it. The NIH Office of Dietary Supplements, their most recent health professional fact sheet, reports that among adults 71 and older, 48% are not meeting even the estimated average requirement for magnesium. And magnesium is not optional in this equation. It's not a nice to have. Magnesium is what powers the pump inside your cells, the sodium-potassium ATPase pump that holds potassium where it needs to be. Without enough magnesium, potassium leaks out of your muscle cells no matter how many bananas you eat. Now, before I go any further, I need to be clear. This is for educational purposes only. I'm not your personal physician. Anything you hear today that makes you want to change what you eat or what you take, discuss it with your own doctor first. That's not a formality. That matters. Especially if you're on blood pressure medication, a diuretic, or a proton pump inhibitor. Those change how your body handles every mineral I'm going to talk about. If this is the kind of information you need, and I believe it is, the easiest way to make sure you don't miss the next one is to subscribe. I cover things here that I don't see covered anywhere else. And what I'm about to walk you through today is something I genuinely wish someone had told every senior 10 years ago. So here's where we're going. I'm going to give you 3 foods, not 10, not a grocery list, 3. And for each one, I'm going to show you exactly what it does inside your body, exactly which mineral it targets, and exactly why it works differently after 60 than it did when you were 40. And then, toward the end, I'm going to explain the one thing happening inside your muscles at night that makes everything worse. A mechanism most people have never heard of. That's the part that changes everything. Let's start with food number 1. And I'm going to be honest, this is the one that surprised me most when I first looked at the data. Pumpkin seeds. Not a supplement, not a powder, just plain roasted pumpkin seeds. And the reason this is number 1 has nothing to do with trends or superfoods. It's the numbers. According to the USDA's Food Data Central database, 1 ounce of roasted pumpkin seeds, that's a small handful, maybe 2 tablespoons, delivers 156 milligrams of magnesium. That's 37% of your entire daily value in 1 handful. Now compare that to the banana. 1 medium banana, the thing everyone reaches for, gives you 32 milligrams of magnesium. That's 8%. The pumpkin seeds deliver nearly 5 times more magnesium ounce for ounce. And this matters for a reason most people never think about. Your muscles don't just need potassium. They need the mineral that lets potassium do its job. Without magnesium activating that sodium-potassium pump in your cell membranes, the potassium you eat gets flushed out through your kidneys before it ever reaches the muscle fibers in your calves. Think of it this way. Potassium is the fuel. Magnesium is the ignition. And right now, most seniors over 60 are trying to start the engine with no ignition and wondering why the cramps won't stop. Now here's where it gets personal. Because this isn't just about what you eat, it's about what your body actually absorbs. The NIH's fact sheet on magnesium is very specific about this. It says older adults have lower dietary intakes of magnesium than younger adults. But it also says something most people miss. Magnesium absorption from the gut decreases with age, and renal magnesium excretion increases with age. So you're absorbing less and losing more at the same time. And if you're taking a proton pump inhibitor, omeprazole, lansoprazole, any of those acid-reducing medications, the FDA has issued a specific advisory that long-term use can cause low magnesium levels, sometimes so low that supplements alone can't fix it. So when I tell you that pumpkin seeds are the most magnesium-dense common food you can eat, I'm telling you that because every milligram counts more after 60. You don't have room for foods that deliver a little. You need foods that deliver a lot. And pumpkin seeds, at 156 milligrams per ounce, sit at the very top of the USDA's list. Now, almonds come in second on that same list, 80 milligrams per ounce, 19% of your daily value, still strong. And almonds give you something else pumpkin seeds don't: a slower, more sustained energy release because of their fiber and healthy fat content. That matters at night, because your body doesn't stop working when you sleep. Your muscles still contract, your nerves still fire. And if your magnesium stores are low by the time you lie down, that's when the cramps hit. The cramps don't come in the afternoon. They come at 2, 3, 4 in the morning. And there's a reason for that. During sleep, you're not eating, you're not drinking, and your body is still using electrolytes, magnesium, potassium, calcium, to maintain every muscle signal and nerve impulse it needs to keep you alive. So there's a slow, steady drawdown happening all night long. And if you went to bed already low, which most seniors over 60 do, you hit the threshold sometime around 3 a.m. That's when the calf seizes. That's when you're grabbing your leg in the dark, trying to stand up on a foot that won't cooperate. I'm telling you this because nobody else in this space will. The cramp isn't the disease. The cramp is the alarm. It's your body telling you it ran out of something it needed, and it ran out hours ago. Which brings me to something I haven't said yet. And this is the part most people never connect. Magnesium doesn't just help your muscles relax. It's what allows your body to hold on to potassium at the cellular level. This is published physiology. The sodium-potassium ATPase pump, the mechanism that keeps potassium inside your cells and pushes sodium out, requires magnesium to function. When magnesium is low, that pump weakens, and potassium starts leaking out of the cell. Your blood potassium might look fine on a lab test, but the potassium inside the muscle, where it actually matters, is depleted. This is why the banana alone doesn't work. You're adding potassium to a system that can't hold it. It's like pouring water into a bucket with a hole in the bottom. Until you patch the hole, until you fix the magnesium, the potassium won't stay. So food number 1, pumpkin seeds, patches the hole. Let's move to food number 2. And this one comes with a story that most seniors over 60 were told wrong their entire lives. Eggs. For decades, seniors were told to avoid eggs. Too much cholesterol, bad for your heart. 1 egg and you're gambling with your arteries. That was the message. And an entire generation cut eggs out of their breakfast. But here's what actually happened in the science. In 2019, the American Heart Association published a science advisory, not an opinion piece, not a blog, an official advisory in the Journal of the American Heart Association. And that advisory said, and I'm quoting the finding directly, healthy individuals can include up to 1 whole egg daily as part of a heart-healthy dietary pattern. The cholesterol in eggs was never the villain it was made out to be. And while you were avoiding eggs, you were also avoiding one of the most important tools your muscles have for fighting cramps. Here's why. The reason cramps get worse after 60 isn't just about minerals. It's also about muscle. After 60, you start losing muscle mass. It's called sarcopenia. Published data from PMC estimates that 5 to 13% of adults aged 60 to 70 already have measurable sarcopenia. By 80, it's as high as 50%. And when you lose muscle, you don't just get weaker. You lose the tissue that stores electrolytes. The minerals that prevent cramps, magnesium, potassium, calcium, they're stored inside muscle cells. Less muscle means less mineral storage, which means less buffer against nighttime depletion, which means more cramps. So you need to protect and rebuild muscle, and protein is how you do that. But not all protein is the same. Eggs have the highest protein digestibility corrected amino acid score, the PD-CAS, of virtually any whole food, a score of 1.0. That's the maximum. It means your body can use almost every gram of protein in that egg to build and repair muscle tissue. Chicken is high, fish is high, but eggs are at the ceiling. And here's the part that ties it directly to cramps. Each egg also delivers small but meaningful amounts of magnesium, potassium, and, this is the one most people don't know, vitamin D. Vitamin D plays a direct role in calcium absorption. And calcium works alongside magnesium in the muscle contraction relaxation cycle. Without enough calcium, the muscle contracts but struggles to release. That's a cramp. So the egg isn't just feeding your muscles, it's protecting the system that keeps your muscles from locking up at night. Now, I have to say this clearly because it matters. If you have existing heart disease, if you've been told your LDL cholesterol is high, if you're on a statin, talk to your doctor before you change your egg intake. The AHA advisory I just cited applies to healthy individuals. Your situation may be different, and your cardiologist's guidance overrides anything you hear in a video. That's not me being cautious. That's me being honest. But if your doctor gives you the green light, and for most healthy seniors, the evidence supports it, then one egg a day is not a risk. It's a tool. A tool for muscle preservation, mineral delivery, and cramp prevention. And it was taken away from an entire generation based on science that has since been corrected. Now I want to pause here, because I want to hear from you. I want you to drop a letter in the comments right now. If you've been eating a banana every day, hoping it would stop your leg cramps, drop the letter A. If you had no idea that magnesium was the missing piece, that without it, the potassium can't even stay inside the cell, drop the letter B. I read every single comment personally, and what you tell me shapes what I cover next. Alright, let's get to food number 3. And this one is different from the first two, because it doesn't deliver magnesium or potassium directly. It works through a completely different mechanism, one that has to do with your blood vessels. Walnuts. Walnuts are one of the richest whole food sources of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA. And omega-3 fatty acids do something for leg cramps that no mineral can do on its own. They improve the flexibility of your blood vessels. The Mayo Clinic, updated as recently as January 2026, confirms that omega-3 fatty acids help keep the heart and blood vessels healthy by lowering blood pressure slightly and improving blood vessel function. The American Heart Association's journal Arteriosclerosis, Thrombosis, and Vascular Biology published a review of the mechanisms, and the evidence shows omega-3s reduce vascular inflammation and improve endothelial function. That means the inner lining of your blood vessels works better. Blood flows more freely. Now think about what that means for your legs. The minerals you eat, the magnesium from the pumpkin seeds, the potassium from your diet, the calcium from the eggs, all of that has to travel through your bloodstream to reach the muscles in your calves and feet. If your blood vessels are stiff, if there's inflammation in the vessel walls, if circulation to your lower legs is compromised, and after 60 it very often is, then even the right minerals don't get to the right place. Omega-3 fatty acids are the delivery system. They open the road. They reduce the friction. They make sure that when you eat the right foods, the minerals inside those foods can actually arrive where they're needed, in the muscle fibers of your legs. And walnuts are one of the easiest ways to get omega-3s without taking a pill. A small handful, about an ounce, gives you a meaningful dose of ALA. Combine that with the pumpkin seeds and the egg, and now you have a system. Not 3 random foods, a system. Pumpkin seeds fix the magnesium floor. Eggs rebuild the muscle and deliver protein your body can actually use. Walnuts open the blood vessels so everything reaches your legs. That's how you fight cramps after 60. Not with one food, with a relay. But I told you at the beginning there was something else. Something happening inside your muscles at night that most people have never heard of. And this is the part that changes everything you just learned. Because without understanding this, even the best 3 foods can only do half their job. Here it is. After 60, your body doesn't just absorb less magnesium from food. It actually loses magnesium faster through 3 separate mechanisms. And all 3 of them get worse with age. Mechanism 1. Reduced stomach acid. As you age, your stomach produces less hydrochloric acid. And magnesium, especially from food, requires an acidic environment to be broken down and absorbed in the gut. Less acid means less absorption, even if you're eating the right foods. Mechanism 2. Medications. The NIH specifically names proton pump inhibitors and loop diuretics as drugs that deplete magnesium. PPIs reduce absorption, Diuretics increase excretion through the kidneys, and a significant number of adults over 60 are on one or both. Mechanism 3. Your kidneys. The NIH fact sheet states directly that renal magnesium excretion increases with age, so your kidneys are pushing more magnesium out, even when your body needs it. 3 hits, less absorption, more drug interference, more excretion, all at the same time. After 60, your body is working against you on magnesium from 3 directions. This is not age. This is something your body is doing, and we can fix it. And this brings me to the most important thing I'll say today, because there's one more layer most seniors have never been told. Not all magnesium supplements are the same, and the one most people buy is the one that works the least. A systematic review published in the journal Nutrients in 2019, researchers from Ghent University tested 15 different commercially available magnesium supplements using both laboratory models and human trials. And what they found was striking. Inorganic forms of magnesium, like magnesium oxide, which is the form in most drugstore supplements, had, and I'm quoting the study, very limited bioavailability. It dissolved poorly, it absorbed poorly, and in the human trial, it produced almost no measurable increase in serum magnesium. Organic forms, like magnesium citrate and magnesium glycinate, performed significantly better. Higher dissolution, higher absorption, measurable increases in blood magnesium levels within hours. So if you've been taking a magnesium supplement and your cramps haven't improved, it might not be the magnesium that failed. It might be the form. Your body couldn't use what you gave it. Now, I need to say this again, and I mean it. I am not recommending a specific dose or a specific brand. That's between you and your doctor. What I'm telling you is that the form matters, and the published research supports magnesium glycinate and magnesium citrate as more bioavailable options than magnesium oxide. Ask your doctor which form is appropriate for you, especially if you have kidney concerns or you're on medication that affects mineral balance. But here's the takeaway, and this is the twist that ties everything together. The problem was never that seniors eat the wrong foods. Most of you are trying. You're eating bananas, you're taking a supplement, you're doing what you were told. The problem is that after 60, the delivery system breaks down. Your stomach absorbs less, your medications interfere, your kidneys waste more, and the supplement you bought at the pharmacy was the wrong form to begin with. That's 4 failures in the delivery chain, and any one of them is enough to keep the cramps coming back. So when I give you 3 foods today, pumpkin seeds, eggs, and walnuts, I'm not giving you a grocery list. I'm giving you a protocol. Pumpkin seeds to flood your system with the most bioavailable food source of magnesium. Eggs to protect the muscle tissue where those minerals are stored and to deliver complete protein with a perfect digestibility score. Walnuts to open the vascular pathways so the minerals reach the muscles in your lower legs. And if you add a properly absorbed magnesium supplement, discussed with your doctor in the right form, you're addressing the delivery failure that food alone can't completely fix after 60. That's the system. That's how you stop fighting cramps with a banana and start fighting them with biology. Let me walk you through what a practical day looks like, because none of this matters if you can't actually do it. Morning. 1 egg, scrambled, boiled, however you like it, with a small handful of pumpkin seeds on the side or sprinkled into oatmeal. That's your magnesium front load for the day. You're getting 156 milligrams of magnesium plus 6 grams of complete protein before 9 a.m. Afternoon. A small handful of walnuts, about an ounce. That's your omega-3 dose for vascular health and mineral delivery. You can eat them plain, put them in a salad, or mix them with the pumpkin seeds as a trail mix. Evening. If your doctor has approved a magnesium supplement, take it in the evening. Research suggests absorption may benefit from the body's natural overnight repair cycle, and it positions the magnesium closer to the time your body needs it most, 3, 4 a.m., when the cramps usually strike. One more thing about timing. If you still want to eat a banana, and there's nothing wrong with that, eat it in the evening as well. A banana before bed gives your body a modest potassium boost right before the overnight drawdown begins. But remember, if you monitor your blood sugar, always discuss dietary changes with your healthcare provider. Bananas do contain natural sugars, and the timing matters for anyone managing glucose levels. After 60, everything changes, and most people aren't told why. But now you've been told. You know the 3 foods. You know why each one matters. You know why the banana alone was never enough. And you know what's been failing inside the delivery system that nobody explained to you until today. Your doctor never told you this, but I will. But there is something else happening inside your body after 60 that quietly works against all 3 of these foods, and it has nothing to do with what you eat or when you eat it. It's a process most seniors have never heard of, and until you address it, even the best protocol can only do half its job. I cover exactly what it is and exactly what to do about it in the next video. Watch it now.